taking a walk in the woods, it slows you down, it calms you down. It takes you away from your screens, it takes you away from the phone ringing and from the deadlines. It allows you to just appreciate what has been put around you. Having grown up in Indiana, I respond to a southern Indiana woods and creek in a way that I don't respond to mountains or oceans. They're lovely, they're beautiful, they're important, but an Indiana woods is in my heart. I think when people from outside Indiana think of our state, they think of corn. They don't think of meadows, they don't think of wildflowers, they don't think of bison. We have a wonderful diversity of landscapes in this state that make it a lovely place to grow up and get out into nature.
For many of us, the opportunity to stand in a forest or look over a prairie or walk on a boardwalk over a cypress swamp is a spiritually refreshing thing. And it gives us a sense that the world is more than what we created. The world has this great wonder that happened without us. People in Indiana have an unusually well-developed sense of the importance of that. It's a way of grounding us, I think, in this state.
I've got some great memories of the sandhill cranes coming through in migration, and you can just listen to them calling all day, this loud trumpeting, rolling call. It just kind of says wilderness. Indiana's a really neat place to work and gives us a lot of great biodiversity to work with.
I think the people of Indiana are one of our greatest assets. We're Hoosiers, we're practical thinkers, we're common sense oriented people, and we seek to find solutions to difficult challenges. The Nature Conservancy is very well positioned here because we can lead people that have those values of practicalness, common sense, and want to really get things done. Here we are celebrating our 60th anniversary as a chapter. I can only imagine thinking about protecting that first acre of land and then figuring out how do we manage it? How do we raise money? How do we create trust in the donor community to invest in this young nonprofit organization called the Nature Conservancy?
When the Nature Conservancy started, the thing that inspired the people was a theme called Living Museums of Primeval America. People were interested in where we came from and the evidence of it that was left in the natural world. Our initial focus was acquiring pieces of land. Over time, we began to understand that those had to exist in some kind of natural context if they were going to survive over a very long period of time.
We started to think about how can we start to build out from there and start to connect these places, and that really led us to thinking more about restoration.
I look back over our 60 years and I see an evolution from what at the time was really a tiny land trust, and now we're this sort of force for conservation. When we started as a chapter 60 years ago, there were 2.5 billion people on this planet. By 2050, they say there'll be 9.5 billion people. We have a lot of work ahead of us. I think we're at a point where our work is even more needed as we think about the challenges we have to face in the coming decades.
We have to think about fresh water. We have to think about air pollution. We have to think about food security. And we have to make sure that future generations have an entire world that is protected and productive at the same time.
Make no mistake about it, these are not easy challenges that we've set before ourselves, but our history tells us that we can accomplish great things as the Nature Conservancy. Through our people, through the great work that we do, I think we can meet those challenges into the future.
We have been given a beautiful natural legacy, and it is our responsibility to pass it on to our children and our grandchildren. The idea of not protecting our environment is inconceivable to me. It is hard work, but we have to do it, and we are richer for doing it.